what is one way we can pass this message or train our people to adopting Scrum values? Will you be willing to try that? Bounce ideas. Somebody might have already experimented. What have you done as Scrum Masters, as Agile coaches to embody these values and principles within the team that you've been part of? All right, everyone. So one representative, and who's going to be that representative? Please decide within your group to briefly summarize one technique, and then we will see. We'll have 5 techniques from 5 of the groups. Okay, everybody. All right, welcome back. How was your conversation about Scrum values and how to spread awareness and embody Scrum values? So I hope you have some great conversation. I would like to invite the representative from each of the team to share briefly about your best idea from your team. So I would like to start with team 1, which had Ashutosh, Jinu, Sanjay, Shyam, Sneh, and Vishal. Who would like to go from your team? Please raise your hand.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Shyam.
Yeah, so I will go for that. So basically, we discussed a couple of points, mainly like in our Scrum team, we check we go through the team agreement and working agreement and check whether team is following the Scrum values.
Voice is lacking.
Is it audible?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah. So mainly working agreement and team agreement. So we follow that.
All right, great point. Now that's something I hope everyone got it. I've just put it on the chat as well. In the meantime, I would like to ask the team 3, 2, 4, and 5 volunteers also keep your hand raised so that I can invite you one by one. Only one volunteer from team will be sufficient for now. Right. So great idea. Shyam has shared. Somehow, as part of the team formation, I'm sure most of you would be using team agreement or social contract, as some of us say, or working agreement, or whatever you want to call it. Basically defining some of the accepted behavior and not accepted behavior as part of the team agreement. And if you can somehow inculcate that as Scrum values, that will be something we can try. I have tried this, Shyam, and it has worked. Okay. But in some cases it has not worked as well because people were still not able to, there was no shared agreement, as we say, between everyone. Yeah. Maybe part of the group was agreed, but yes, this works more often than not. Thank you so much for sharing, Shyam. Right.
So Vineet, sorry, I have a question there on working agreement, if you allow.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So when we discuss the working agreement, so is it the Scrum Master who is giving the inputs to the team, or is it the team that is giving the inputs to the Scrum Master?
Well, that's a great question, Tanvi. Now, imagine that we are all here, a group of 25 passionate professionals, and I say, okay, this is our agreement 1, this is our agreement 2, this is our agreement 3, and okay, Ashutosh, you are going to follow all of these, right? Now, right, where is the agreement here? Look at it, right? There is no agreement, right? This is only forced upon us. So just to answer you briefly, co-creation is the key. When you come up with working agreement, you have to let the team co-create it. And as facilitator, maybe as a Scrum Master, you have to just create a boundary like, okay, these are our values. Aligned to these values, what kind of proposals you have for the working agreement. But then you will still have to let the team members figure out, all right?
Okay. Do we also share some templates with the team just so that they have their thoughts aligned to those working agreements?
Well, I'm not a big template fan, so you're asking the wrong person. But beautifully crafted templates might also work well in certain cases. But I am a strong believer that human interactions does not happen based on templates. Right? What it needs is a safe environment for people to just have free flow of ideas. So templatization kills creativity more often than not, is what I would say. So, but if you can come up with some pointers, I think that's
just so that team can give a thought towards. Otherwise, they'll be blank on what to say.
Yeah, don't templatize it, is what I'm saying. Come up with pointers, not templates.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's move on. I would like to hear from the next team now. Team 2. I will call out the names: Ashish, Puneet, Rahul, Tanvi, Vikram. Do you have one way?
Okay, so maybe I'll go ahead, Vineet, from team 2. So basically this question was put by me only that, what are the ways, not that I'm a new Scrum Master, but then I wanted to just explore the ways wherein other Scrum Masters and coaches might be, using to kind of train the teams. So what we heard in one of the team members into our group, he said that we as Scrum Masters, we first need to embody those, values by ourselves, so that team understands them by looking at us and the way our actions speak. So that was one thing. The other thing was that, just that we are entering into the meetings, and just through discussions on what focus and commitment and request and all the respect and all those, values, what does those things mean. So we basically discuss on that.
Well, thank you so much. I think we will, that's a great idea. So I've added it on our chat also. Second thing is being a role model. So whoever you are, whatever role you're playing, be a role model of it. And every time try to create an opportunity to tell the team how you are, connecting it to, I do this in all my class, wherein maybe in the midway through the class or towards the end, I ask the people, okay, did you see within our group, all of us demonstrated these values of courage, commitment, openness, focus, or responding to change? In my last batch that happened on 1st and 2nd October, we had an internet failure. My computer had an internet failure, and how well the team adapted. That was a classic idea of responding to change over following a plan, isn't it? So that's what I would like to share. Being a role model is a great idea. Well, thank you so much, team 2. I would like to invite somebody from the team 3 now, which is Akshay, Ankur, Brijesh, Ifani, and Prudvi. What is your one great idea to spread awareness about Scrum values?
See, in most of the organizations, we are saying that following the Agile, but we are not following the Agile in most of them. The reason behind that, just due to, as you said, we are not making us time boxed activities. There we can say when we don't follow the time boxed activities, that means we are not giving the respect to others' time. One of the things.
This is part of facilitating, basically using facilitation skills. So what I got from you, Prudvi, is observe the behavior, and if something not aligned to these values are happening, call it out. Maybe ask them questions. Hey, are we really following all the 5 values in this case when you're not? Coming on time, for that matter. Are we respectful enough, right? Are you saying that, Prudvi?
Exactly.
Yeah, so remind the reminder, as we say, right?
And at the same time, if you don't complete any activity in time boxing, that is, we are wasting others' time. That is nothing but we are not giving the respect to others' time also.
Yeah. So it's very important how we connect to our behavior or some misbehavior to some of these values alignment. That's a great idea, by the way. And observe. So for that, as Scrum Masters or as any facilitator of the team, we have to be very good observers, what people are talking, what they are behaving, so that we can connect, isn't it? Team 3, we will have to observe the conversation that is happening and maybe remind the team. Well, thank you so much. We have the third idea now, how to inculcate Scrum values. So 4 and 5, I hope you still have some new idea other than, your ideas are taken away. So team 4 is Parvati, Ranjan, Rohan, Saswati, and Tushar. What would you like to share?
The one thing that, so rest of the team that we had are pretty much new to Scrum, and they haven't actively trained any of the team members. I have had the fortune of doing. So what I believe is to make them aware. So if you ask a team member, a developer, a Scrum developer, he might or she might not be aware what Scrum values are. So our job as Scrum Masters is to actively make them aware, actively train or make them aware of what Scrum values are and how it benefits in our day-to-day work. Like if you take focus, right? If we don't have a Scrum goal and we don't stick to achieving that Scrum goal and work on some random things, that is not going to help us. So how Scrum values help in our daily work? And
yeah. All right, so that's a great point, Rohan. So I have just summarized it. One, maybe just take it as a formal training subject in a maybe in a retrospective or anytime you're meeting the team, and telling the people their benefit with clear examples. Okay, when we say focus, what does it mean? Yesterday, I have been assigned, not yesterday, 3 days, I went back to school days and I was teaching my 4-year-old son. All right, and I tried a different style than he is used to learning from other people. And believe me, focus was such an important part of the conversation. I said, how focus helps, and you won't believe the result. Something that we thought he might take half a day to study, he was able to do it in just a few minutes. And when I asked him, what was the change, beta, this time, son, what was the change? And he said, I don't know, Baba, but I was able to focus well this time. And, that is the idea. When you focus fully, you avoid, waste, like in the form of distractions and all other things. So see, right, this is our day-to-day behavior. So very clearly all the values, and we can connect with how it can help us working together as a team. All right, everyone, will you be willing to try this next time? Okay, last but not the least, and I would like to invite team 5 for now, Pratik, Santosh, Shweta, and Anand. What other idea you have other than this 4?
So I shared one of the example with the team that I tried with my team. My team was little bit scared to take kind of difficult tasks, and client wants those tasks to be done within the given timeline. So what I did is I have encouraged them to take the task. Then we had discussions, group discussions. We looked at that task into various angles, and I asked team to find out solutions, and we found one optimal solution. With the courage, team got focus, as well as we delivered it faster. And this was the great experience to the team as well as me.
All right, all right. So I think I'm getting a sense that coaching the team towards adopting these values, for me, when they have challenging situation, and you want to relate these situations to which value can help us in this situation to create value, like difficult situations. So how can courage help us? Something like that. So coaching the team into these values is also something, a great idea. Well, thank you so much. I think we have had 2 lovely topics today.